സാർവദേശീയ ദേശീയ രാഷ്ട്രീയ സംഭവവികാസങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ചും ഇന്ത്യ അഭിമുഖീകരിക്കുന്ന പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട രാഷ്ട്രീയ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളാകുകയും ഗൗരവപൂർണമായി 3 ദിവസം നീണ്ടുനിന്ന സെൻട്രൽ കമ്മിറ്റി വിശദമായിട്ട് പരിശോധിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. അത് സംബന്ധിച്ചുള്ള എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചുള്ള വിശദാംശങ്ങൾ പാർട്ടി ജനറൽ സെക്രട്ടറി സീതാറാം യെച്ചൂരി നിങ്ങളോട് സംസാരിക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി അദ്ദേഹത്തെ ക്ഷണിക്കുക.
So I'll speak in English. So good afternoon to all of you. As has been told that we had a 3-day Central Committee meeting here, and the Central Committee was very grateful to the Kerala State Committee for organizing this meeting and providing excellent working conditions. So we have profusely noted on record our sense of appreciation. The main issues that the Central Committee discussed, of course, concern the 2024 elections and the preparations that are, we reviewed the preparations that are taking place in various states of our country, in the party's participation in the election. That apart, the Central Committee is of the opinion that the manner in which the temple at Ayodhya was inaugurated, this is actually sounding the death knell of secularism as defined by the Constitution of India and the verdicts of the Supreme Court. I mean, this was an event in which the entire state machinery, government machinery was present. The Prime Minister doing the inauguration, UP Chief Minister, the UP Governor, and then you had the merging of the RSS with the Government of India, and the messages, adulated messages that came from the President and the Vice President of India. All this signify that this was a state function, a state-sponsored function, that directly violates the Constitution provisions and the Supreme Court verdicts, which say that state shall not profess or propagate any one particular religion. And it's precisely that has happened here. And the fact that the RSS chief was also present, and the fact that during the run-up to this event, there have been communal clashes in at least various parts of the country. This entire event was mainly for securing political and electoral gain, and the gross misuse of the government machinery. Schools were declared closed that day. Every single government office, central government office, was asked to join the consecration, and all central government offices were closed till 2:30 in the afternoon all over the country. Likewise, you had giant screens projecting this entire event in government properties, and people were mobilized to come and watch this. And this is something as a political game which has now been revealed, because the plan is that every day people from different states and all the parliamentary constituencies, they will be mobilized and taken to Ayodhya, and this will continue till the end of March. April, the elections are scheduled. So the whole thing is a build-up for a communal polarization of the Hindutva vote. Now this is the entire game plan, which is completely in violation of the Indian Constitution. Thirdly, the way this event took place, this is a signal that the Freedom of Places of Worship Act 1991, that stipulated legally, except for Ayodhya, no other religious place status can be changed from what it was on the 15th of August 1947. Now this is going to be buried, that is clear, with Kashi and Mathura already being raised, and with judicial connivance, the process in Mathura, that has also been sanctioned by the judiciary. Now it's unlikely to stop just at Kashi and Mathura. In every single state, the BJP is now saying they would want to liberate this shrine or the other shrine, and particularly the multi-religious Sufi shrines are being targeted, and in Karnataka particularly. So this is going to be a permanent source of fratricide in our country that the RSS and BJP are going to foment. Now these are very serious implications for the country and its character as a secular democratic republic. We have stated very clearly when we first regretted the invitations given to us with thanks to the organizers. They personally come to invite me as the General Secretary to come to Ayodhya. So out of courtesy, I offered them tea or coffee. They said no. So I took the invitation card, and then they didn't ask for a response, I didn't respond. But we finally responded, saying that as far as CPIM is concerned, we respect religion. We have the highest regard for every individual who make their choices on which faith to follow. That is a right that the CPIM will protect, safeguard. At the same time, the CPIM will firmly continue to oppose the utilization of people's religious sentiments for political purposes, which is what Ayodhya is doing. And this merging of religion with the state is something that is not acceptable. Not only is it not acceptable, that destroys the very foundation of the secular democratic Republic of India as ordained by the Constitution. So we think this is a serious battle, and this battle will now find expression in the electoral battles. Which is the idea for the RSS BJP. And in this electoral fight, this contest, CPM will frontally take up this position of denouncing the exploitation of people's religious sentiments and misusing them for the political and electoral gains of the RSS BJP. Secondly, the last two rounds of assembly elections have shown that among the major states, the BJP has won in this round in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Congress has won in this round and the earlier rounds in Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh and Telangana. So the question is that there is going to be a keen contest depending on the states and the influence that these parties will have. So in this situation, we have clearly come to the conclusion that BJP's victories are centrally focused on the consolidation of the Hindutva vote, and this has to be challenged frontally by strictly upholding secularism as the separation of religion from politics and state. Any effort to try and compete with Hindutva communal secularism through adopting a pale communal strategy, which is what happened in Madhya Pradesh particularly and in Chhattisgarh, where the Congress leaders were actually competing with the RSS BJP. Now, pale saffron and pale Hindutva are no match for the real saffron and real Hindutva. The more you propagate the paleness, more the people will get influenced to the core Hindutva communal agenda. And this has been the mainstay for BJP's victories in the northern states, the Hindi-speaking states. So for the lesson to be learned by all secular parties is that this challenge has to be confronted frontally, upholding the principles of secularism. Now, the most interesting feature from this developments is that despite the Ayodhya inauguration, temple inauguration, despite the fact that in the last round of elections they won in the 3 states in Hindi-speaking areas but lost Telangana, the separation, despite the victories in these states, the BJP seems to be still unsure of the electoral prospects in 2024. The propaganda machine now keeps on talking of saying that they'll win more than 400, etc., seats and all this. But this insecurity about what will be the outcome of the 2024 election is leading the BJP and this Modi government to be more brazen in assaulting the opposition parties in various states. The ED and money power. This is the venal cocktail that the BJP has produced through these years for electoral gains. And through this ED money power combination, they are disrupting the ruling parties in many states, dividing them, and thereby playing an extremely anti-democratic role, particularly in states where the BJP was defeated in the assembly elections. The effort is through defections to try and grab or usurp power. They had started doing this in order to gain more parliament seats in Karnataka, tying up with the Janata Dal Secular. Then in Maharashtra, using the ED and money power to divide both the NCP and 𝒂𝒃𝒄𝒉 𝒖𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒄. Now, 2 days ago, it happened in Bihar with Mr. Nitish Kumar changing sides, flip-flop. This is the 5th time he's done this, and he holds the record in Indian politics of being a chief minister being sworn in for the 9th time. I mean, without serving 9 terms. It's very obvious that morning he resigns, evening he's sworn in. Now, they've managed in Bihar, and now they're targeting Jharkhand. The way the ED is pounding upon the Jharkhand CM, and the fact that he had to, he was not traceable by the ED yesterday in Delhi, is very clear that the ED is grossly misused as the political arm of the BJP and Modi government. Now this recourse to dividing up the other parties, buying up the MLAs, etc., the worst form of destroying democracy, is the basic patented method of functioning of the BJP. And that clearly shows they are on a shaky ground. All the extra confidence of their propaganda machine notwithstanding, they think that in order to retain the government at the center in 2024, they will have to break up the regional ruling parties, and that is why they are constantly targeting them. So it is not as though the BJP, it's a given fact that Modi is going to return and the BJP is going to win. They themselves are not sure. And this is what we have to realize, that they are using every instrument to sharpen polarization. Now, for nearly 5 years after the Citizenship Amendment Act was adopted, legislated, they had not, maybe they have framed the rules, but they have never adopted them or announced them. Now they are saying they'll do it in a week. Why? Just on the eve of election, using the CAA for polarization, particularly in eastern India, which is where a lot of this refugees from across the border had come. Many had been legalized. Now all those issues will be reopened to create communal tension and communal strife, and they hope to benefit from it. So given all these Machiavellian machinations that they undertake, the India bloc, the CPIM believes, and we will play our role in strengthening this India bloc despite the desertion of Nitish Kumar, and to firmly take up this issue of confronting the Hindutva challenge by firmly adhering to secularism as defined in the Constitution and as separate from politics and the government. For the India bloc, we are saying that the seat adjustment processes, which we all agreed can be done only at the state level, those processes have already started. In many states, they have reached their final positions. So within the next 2 weeks, the seat adjustments among the India partners is likely to be finalized. And on that basis, all these parties together will go to the people, explaining to them what are the dangers, what are the implications of this election, and it is absolutely imperative that the BJP must be kept out of controlling the government or the state power, the state machine. So that is the way in which we will contribute to strengthen the India bloc. Then the CPI, the Central Committee, congratulated the people of Kerala for responding in a magnificent manner to this unprecedented initiative. It is unique that we have not heard in any other state that the entire government, that is the Chief Minister along with all the entire cabinet, actually goes to the people. Goes to the people is not people coming to the government with their grievances, but the government going to the people. And this is a unique method in India that Kerala, among the many unique things it did in politics earlier, of initiating a change in politics, this is a unique method. And the way people responded, we thought was excellent because it indicates the high degree of people's participation. And that is something that the Central Committee appreciated and congratulated the people of Kerala. The Central Committee also felt that the present governor of Kerala is unfit for his post. Now he has been overstepping the boundaries of constantly and regular political attacks against the government targeting the Chief Minister. Governor is a constitutional office. If it has anything to opine about, it is not by going to the streets or going to the media, but it is conveying this to the Honorable President of India, who is the one who appointed the governor. But here a confrontationist attack. And the last thing, when we came to attend the Central Committee meeting, when I landed in the Trivandrum airport, I was coming from Tamil Nadu, so from Chennai. The first thing your colleagues in the media asked me at the airport is, what do you have to say? The governor is sitting on the road. I was about to ask whether the Raj Bhavan was being renovated, so I tried to find some place to stay somewhere. So he said, no, the governor is protesting against the students' protest. Well, everybody has the right to protest, but that's the office of the governor. And then using that, he now manages to secure, asks for it, and gets the central government's protection of the CRPF, and gets for himself accorded the highest security cover possible in the country today. Now, these sort of things are totally unbecoming of there. We've seen earlier the way he sat on the bills when the Supreme Court rapped him on his knuckles. Instead of approving those bills, he forwards them to the President of India. That means they kept it cold storage now. I mean, this sort of things is smack of the fact that they are functioning as an extension of the central government and the politics of the central government, BJP RSS. Now, this is something not acceptable, and therefore, we think that he is unfit for the post. And the Congress party in this entire, situation has been adopting a very negative and an anti-democratic approach to the LDF government and making baseless charges against the Chief Minister. Now, the Congress party remains silent on the assaults mounted by the Modi government against the state government and the state of Kerala. Even for the dharna being organized by the LDF government, the government of Kerala is organizing this dharna against the treatment meted out to Kerala government by the central government. All the MLAs were invited, all the political parties, but the Congress declines to join. The same charge that the states are being discriminated against, federalism is being destroyed by the Modi government. The Congress also levies on other states, they raises. But here in Kerala, the vituperative manner in which it targets the CPIM is not in the interests of safeguarding the secular democratic constitutional republic of India. This assault on the states' rights will be championed by the CPIM, and the CPIM has called upon all its state units to hold protest actions in their states on the manner in which the central government is treating Kerala and the Kerala state government and the manner in which federalism is being assaulted today, and to protect the Indian constitution and the federal structure. Finally, the central government, the central committee congratulated the Kerala youth who executed a huge plan of a human chain from the northern tip to the southern tip of Kerala, 35 lakh youth participating, condemning the discriminatory attitude of centre to the Kerala state, demanding jobs and removal of ban on recruitment, etc. This was a very historical thing, and the Central Committee congratulated them. Likewise, the Central Committee congratulated also West Bengal, which saw a huge youth yatra being taken from north to south of Bengal, which culminated in an unprecedented rally at the historic Brigade Parade grounds in Calcutta. Now, the youth in Bengal are rising against corruption, against the gross misrule, and against the politics of terror that the Trinamool Congress is indulging in, while the prime target of the CPIM would be to ensure that BJP is defeated and they are removed from holding the government of state power. In Bengal, the target is also the Trinamool Congress, whose reign of terror and murder of democracy in Bengal is actually destroying the very constitutional values which we want to protect, and why we are protesting against the manner in which the Modi government is proceeding. Finally, the Central Committee decided that apart from organizing solidarity actions in other states on February 8, the day of the LDF Dharna in Delhi, we will express our solidarity with the joint call given by the Samyukt Kisan Morcha and the Confederation of Central Trade Unions on 16th of February for nationwide protest actions on their demands and the betrayal of the Prime Minister in not implementing what he himself promised when he withdrew the agri laws of the legally guaranteed MSP for all crops and all farmers in the country. On these issues, so CPIM will express its solidarity. Finally, on the EVMs, the CPIM recognizes there is widespread discontent among the people on how the EVMs are functioning. So we have demanded that the sequence of placing these machines in the polling booth must change. Today, what is it? You have the voting unit where you and I vote. Then that vote goes to the VVPAT where you and I see. And that vote is then transferred to the control unit. So we know from the voters unit to the VVPAT what has been transmitted. But we don't know from the VVPAT to the control unit what is being transmitted. So we said change the order. Let it be the voter unit, then the control unit, and then the VVPAT. Then you are confirmed that your vote has been correctly registered in the control unit. Do this, and along with this, 50% of the VVPAT must be tallied with what the machine is showing. If there is a discrepancy, there either had to be a repoll or a recount, depending on the concrete incident. But in this way, people's confidence has to be generated that this electoral process is free and fair, and there is a level playing field for all the parties and contestants. So we would raise these demands all across the country, and we call upon the Election Commission to do the needful to restore people's confidence in the EVMs and the election process. So this is what I have in short to offer you. So if you want questions or you want to say something. Can this be put off? No? Can't hear. Turn the knobs. Okay, anyway, yeah. Who's running away? No, well, why doesn't the BJP answer the question? That since 2019, there have been more than 5,500 cases registered by the ED. What has been the rate of conviction? 23. Only 25 have reached the courts, out of which 23 have been convicted. And none of them, or if there is any Europe, are politicians. So who is afraid of running away? What does the lack of conviction mean? That ED is only harassing and intimidating. If actually you are fighting the corrupt, then why is there no conviction? Why are you not taking the case to the court? That I'm coming, wait. So that is the point you got to turn back and ask them, who's running away? And supposing tomorrow the ED is after you and you decide I'll join the BJP. How does the ED suddenly stop being after you? You're no longer corrupt? when when Eknath Shinde goes to the BJP to form the government, the charges against him are all dropped. When Mr. Ajit Pawar does the same thing, that he is not corrupt at all, he is, Satya Harishchandra? Assam, that is the old story, Assam Chief Minister and all these people. But every case, wherever in the recent period also, apart from Mr. Hemant, with our Assam Chief Minister, all of them who have moved to the BJP, all the cases are dropped. What does this mean? By saying, why are you running away, what they are saying is, why are you not joining me? This is the straightforward, message they want to convey. That is why they have completely, the system of democracy has been virtually murdered by the BJP and the methods that it employs. That is what we said from day one. I mean, that's what has been accepted in India. That state to state, the situation differs. In Kerala, it's a straight fight between the LDF and UDF. And it's because of the straight fight between LDF and UDF, the BJP forget a member of parliament but can't even get an MLA elected. So that is the Kerala situation. Now, therefore, that will be the main contest, LDF, UDF. Next door, in Tamil Nadu, you have a DMK-led secular front, where everybody is there together. And because of that, the BJP could not win a single MP in the last election in Tamil Nadu. That situation is different. You go a little up on the map, Maharashtra, you have the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, where you have the Mr. Sharad Pawar's NCP, Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena, the Congress and the left parties. In Bihar, you had the Mahagathbandhan, which is still there without Nitish. So that Mahagathbandhan is there. So each state has its own specificities. And in each state, in accordance with those specific situations, the seat adjustments will be worked out. But running through all the states is one principal objective. And the running thread, that is to defeat the BJP and ensure that it does not control the reins of the government and state power. You see, what is in most of the states will be able to make common candidates. And that process is, as I told you, reached the final stages in most of the states. In some states, this will not happen. We know it for a given. Kerala, Bengal, I mean, these are not going to happen. And in Punjab, it's not that it won't happen, but there is an assessment of the major parties. That's to say, if the India constituents come together, that will be advantage BJP and Akali Dal. Because all the anti-incumbency will have only one way out, like in Bengal also. If all India constituents get together, the main beneficiary would be the BJP. The huge anti-incumbency against the Trinamool government will all be shifted there. So that is why I keep on saying, and I hope you don't keep on minding, that electoral politics is not arithmetic. You can't add 2 and 2 and get 4 in electoral politics. Sometimes if you put 2 and 2 together, you can get 22 or you can get 0 also. So if all opposition parties get together in many states, the advantage goes to BJP. Because the anti-incumbency against the ruling party, that is the only avenue for people to vote. So we'll have to go concretely. And that doesn't affect it at all. People are very mature. You told you? Huh? When did he tell you? When did Rahul Gandhi tell you he's contesting from Wayanad? So you presume he may be contesting. Say that, no? You're talking as though you're a private, source of information. So I mean, maybe, in all likelihood, he could be. In all likelihood, he could be. He did that last time also. So that is, every party has their own democratic right to decide where their candidates or leaders will fight from. So that's it. But that doesn't make any difference to the overall understanding of strategy. I mean, as soon as possible.
Sir, in West Bengal, do you think your alliance with Congress actually resulted in the decline of income?
No. In fact, if you look at the actual percentages vote, I mean, in fact, only the combined vote of the Congress, Left and the ISF, Indian Secular Front, that vote together is much more than the vote we had compared to the earlier election. Individual parties, yes, they would be, naturally, because then we all fought separately. Now you're fighting in adjustments. So that is not the yardstick. Yardstick is on the whole. Totality, if you see, there's been a very big improvement.
Sir, you are saying that 𝒂𝒃 is not fit for governor post.
Huh?
So 𝒂𝒃 is not fit for the governor post. So are you demanding to recall him?
No, we are hoping that this sort of a wisdom dawns on the central government also, that he is not fit to be a governor. They should also draw the right lesson, no? They are seeing what is happening.
So you are not demanding?
What do you want me to do? Demand? Huh? So you are anti-Arif Muhammad Khan? Huh? You and your paper don't want him to be the governor? Is that right? Huh? How to say it? I mean, we are Democrats. There is a right for every party, individual to contest elections. They can welcome, come and contest. People will decide whether to accept you or not.
There is an ED inquiry going on against 𝒃𝒂𝒄𝒉 𝑐𝒖𝒕, which is a company of Chief Minister's daughter.
Yeah, these details you know. In India, when all India politics, etc., you do it, that they have answered, they have been answering. Okay. So sorry disappointing you. Who wanted the governor to resign? Anyway, our position is that he is unfit to be the governor. We are saying that. That's what we hope that the center will understand from that. I said that, no? I mean, he's made it the habit. He holds I think, the global record now for flip-flops. This is the fifth flip-flop and the ninth swearing in. The ninth time is born in yesterday as the Chief Minister.
But sir, this time who is responsible for this flip-flop?
Huh?
Which party is responsible for this?
It's primarily and exclusively Mr. Nitish Kumar himself.
So Congress hasn't any role?
Huh?
Congress hasn't any role in it?
Nobody can do, even I can't do, nobody can do. It's Mr. Nitish Kumar's decision. And if there's anybody responsible, it's him for his decision. Yeah, such decisions are not taken by some comment made by somebody and getting upset and doing things. If that is the case, then you shouldn't be a politician. Many people say many things about me and to you, everything, and for everything do you think you should react and take any action? That is not the issue. Basically, they are looking at their own interest. Mr. Nitish Kumar's calculation is by doing this, his interests are more protected. What those interests are, that only he can answer. Huh? Who? Not middleman role of making it. Nobody comes because somebody went and told them to come. And nobody is going to vote because they like my face or don't like my face. Politics is on the basis of certain political reasoning and certain benefits that people see. So that is why, what he's seen, that only he can answer. Nitish Kumar, I can't do it. Huh? These are details that we have not got into. Our point is that many of these matters have already been settled. They still continue to be raised. What they are raising, etc., these are matters that the state will discuss and do it. That is not the issue. But what we are saying is, right now, whatever position the Congress is taking is only helping the BJP government to ill-treat the state of Kerala and its people. No, we believe that there are allegations, and we believe they are baseless. Those who say they are very weighty, bring the evidence. In India, the principle of jurisprudence, till BJP reversed it, is that you are innocent till you are proven guilty. Now you have turned it around and saying, prove yourself innocent. Why are you not proving yourself innocent? Because I am making this charge that you are guilty. That's no argument. If you say that I am guilty, then bring the charge, evidence for the charge. I'm sorry? I've told you here a number of times, these are details I don't follow, and there's no need for the All India Party to follow. My Kerala State Committee and the leaders here are perfectly competent to answer. They've been answering you. The question you are asking me has been answered, I think, many times. So please, please bear in mind, maintain this decorum. Ask me about national politics, I'll answer you.
Congress is often criticized for following soft syllabus and often compromising technical issues. So how far CPIM can really support Congress at the national level when they are having this kind of attitude, which is not very far from the BJP's syllabus action?
Well, the point right now, the objective and priority is to keep the BJP away from government and state power. That is the immediate objective. To assure that, we will proceed. That is the objective in these elections. How far you can go, what will happen, etc., etc., those are not the issues today of the consultation. Naturally, that will be decided subsequently. But right now, the issue is to defeat the BJP. Okay? So, thank you. Huh? Let us see. We'll cross the bridge when you reach it. Almost is different. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.